Hey everyone, it's Turner with Aria Denver. Today, got JP Seacott with me from Guaranteed Rate. He's our preferred lender. And just wanted to talk a little bit about first-time home buyers, things like that. So JP, kind of for, first-time home buyer, where does the process really start?
Really, the first step is to get a hold of the local lender,
Okay.
fill out an application, have them review your income, your liabilities, your assets, kind of do a thorough evaluation on what was going to fit in your budget for a first-time home purchase.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and I've always heard, kind of when you're buying a home, it's like you got to put 20% down. Is that still the case? Is that kind of what's happening nowadays?
That's a bit of a myth, Turner.
Okay.
20% down is from the days when everybody was trying to avoid PMI or private mortgage insurance.
Okay.
Because that added to your payment and made you qualify.
Okay.
Yeah, a little more expensive payment, made you qualify for a little less on the purchase side. But nowadays, PMI has come down a lot, so it's a lot less expensive than it was. It's also more credit-based than it was. It used to be based solely on your loan-to-value, and now they take credit and debt-to-income ratio into account,
Okay.
and they've really come down, and it does get rid of that hurdle to home purchase.
Awesome. So is it like 3, 5, 10%? What are people really purchasing at for like first-time home buyers, for instance?
Yeah, usually the biggest hurdle for a first-time home buyer is going to be the down payment. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you're trying to look at 20 or even 10%. That's why there's a lot of first-time homebuyer programs out there with anywhere from 3 to 5% down.
Okay.
That can get you in the home with minimal down.
Mm-hmm. And for so on these homes, for instance, at Aria Denver, right around 500, in those low fives, what kind of down payment would a buyer need to bring to the table?
Yeah, so typically right around 500,000 would get you anywhere between 15 and 25,000 down.
Is what you have to bring.
Will get you into the home.
Gotcha. And so what happens when, I think one of the biggest issues some new home buyers have is the problem with credit, thinking that they may have bad credit. How does that really affect the whole loan process?
Yeah, so a lot of people think they have dings on their credit and think they need an 800 credit score, and that's just a myth. Anything over 740 is considered excellent, and people also rely on a lot of those third-party vendors to provide their credit score, like Credit Karma, etc. And those are they're about as accurate as Zillow, which means they're not accurate at all. Sometimes they're high, sometimes they're low.
Right.
A lot of people are surprised when they come in and I pull their FICO score for a mortgage, and it's typically higher than what they're seeing on Credit Karma.
Gotcha. And so like when you do stuff like Credit Karma or you go to pull credit reports, does that negatively affect your credit score? Does that ding your score when you have multiple reports pulled, for instance?
Yeah, that's a good question. In general, credit pulls do negatively impact your score. There's only a few points each, so a few pulls aren't going to make a major difference in your credit, but a lot of pulls do make
So like if you're going out and like shopping,
Yep.
credit. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and mortgage pulls in a 30-day period all count as one. So you could shop a half dozen or dozen different lenders, and that's only going to count as one pull. However, if you go to multiple car dealerships or multiple credit card companies applying for credit, all those pulls are going to negatively impact your score.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. And then you lower the score, that impacts the payment. Is the payment's higher, PMI's higher, or how does that work for home buyers?
Correct. Yep. The lower credit score is going to impact both the interest rate and your PMI payment every month.
Gotcha.
So the higher the score, the better. A good lender is going to look at your credit report and evaluate it and try to give you a few tips to raise it especially before purchase time when you're doing a new build, when we have a little bit of time. It's not just that 30-day contract like you have on existing real estate.
Absolutely. And then, just final question for you. You're obviously our preferred lender out here. What are the real benefits for, someone who's coming to purchase one of the Aria Townhomes? Why should they use you as their lender?
Well, it's definitely going to be a seamless process. We're used to the new build, new construction. We work well with you guys, obviously, with your title company, and it's just going to make this process smoother and easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've done tons of deals with JP out here. He definitely gets people to the closing table on time. He gets the job done. So if you want to learn more about the Aria Townhomes or the lending process, contact us today online at aria.denverskylots.com, or you can reach out to me directly at 720-534-5562. Thanks so much, JP. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.